I'm Daniel Martino, and I am an economist and a research associate at the Institute for the Study of Free Enterprise. I'll be discussing today why anti-price gouging laws are the cause of the shortages and not the coronavirus itself. Chances are that if you've been to a grocery store anytime in the past couple of weeks, you probably haven't found basic necessities like toilet paper or even ground beef, eggs, as it's happened to myself, or that the supermarket was actually rationing these items by giving away just a limited number of them per customer. This is the definition of what's a shortage. You perhaps lined up to buy these items, and people are lining up because they're scared. And the main reason that is being given around in the media and that is being given around by politicians is panic hoarding by people who are scared because of the coronavirus. And this is partially true. However, what is not true is that the shortages are caused by the coronavirus and the hoarders. In fact, the real reason that there are shortages today in the United States during this coronavirus crisis is something called anti-price gouging laws. More than 34 states have something called anti-price gouging laws. These are laws that are price controls. They ban retailers from increasing prices during a period of time, especially during states of emergencies. And in many states, these are very abstract laws where they actually just say that you can't increase prices by an unreasonable amount, whatever unreasonable means, because it could mean 1% might be unreasonable for some people or 100% might be unreasonable for other people. While in other states like Florida, it's actually very specific and you can't increase prices as a store by more than the previous 30-day average that you had before the emergency. So it's a price freeze in effect. Now, the logic of anti-price gouging laws is that they help poor people because you don't want to increase prices during an emergency where people are losing their jobs or during an emergency where people need those necessities, especially like toilet paper or food, and people need those things, of course. People need those things regardless of the emergency, but in emergencies it's considered even more necessary. Now, the problem with anti-price gouging laws is that they don't really help the people who they're intended to help, because they're not helping the poor. They're helping the people who get to the supermarket first, who are not necessarily, or probably not even in most of the cases, the lowest income Americans. They're actually those who have more free time to line up in the morning, to go there before work, or don't need to work. Not the people who are who have to be at work during most of the day. Now, the other problem with anti-price gouging laws is that they actually create the shortage itself, and that's why people have to line up. And the way that they created the shortage is, one, if people increase their demand for something, prices need to go up. Otherwise, demand is going to be greater than supply. You would say, then why don't they just restock the store like they have been doing in the past? True, but if demand increases so much as it's happened during the coronavirus crisis, then factories just don't have the capacity to restock that way. And especially during coronavirus, and many workers have been furloughed because of health reasons, the cost of producing toilet paper, the cost of producing these things is actually higher. It isn't just higher for what we're producing, but if we want additional production because of the panic that is happening, so we want to stop the shortage, we want more supply, then these factories, they need higher profit margins so that they can use those profits to hire more workers, to innovate with more equipment, to build new buildings. That's what we need if we wanted to stop the shortages. And anti-price gouging laws stop stores from doing those things. And what's happening today with anti-price gouging laws and shortages, it's very similar to what happened in my home country of Venezuela. In Venezuela, we didn't have most things in the supermarket at a time, like beef, like eggs, like milk, like flour. We didn't have any of those things. Toilet paper was actually one of those most famous goods that we didn't have because of price controls imposed by the government. If we want to help poor people, the answer is not price controls that are going to hurt everybody. The answer is give them money, subsidize the consumption of those people, guarantee that they have the money to purchase those items regardless of how prices increase. But if you impose price controls, the only thing you're going to create is shortages, and the only people who are going to benefit are those who are going to be in the store at 5 a.m. in the morning lining up for food, like what happened in Venezuela. No matter what the intentions of a policy, two same policies lead to the same result, whether it's in the United States or whether it's in Venezuela. Another way in which repealing anti-price gouging laws would help relieve the shortages is that by letting stores increase prices, the areas that have the most pronounced shortages, especially big cities, would be able to receive more of those goods from the areas where there are no shortages, since there would be a high profit incentive to ship the goods like toilet paper, like food, from areas where there are no profit margins to areas where there are high profit margins, and therefore where there is a higher need. And that's where people are lining up for these things, right? That's where there is a higher need, because there's more people and because there is more craziness around the coronavirus. And the fact that there would be less shortages, and therefore there would be more toilet paper, there would be more things in the stores, when these laws are repealed, that would help calm down the crisis, and that would help calm down the panic, because the reason many people are just going and purchasing the store is not even because of the virus or because of TV, but because they're seeing that the things are running out in the first place. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that we need to break by letting stores increase prices so that the shortages end, there is more production, and in the next couple of months, things can come back to normal and prices can go back down.